If you guys like the video, please like, share and subscribe.
Today I'm going to be playing Boss Bandit Cycle, which is the deck I used to play against my friends back in the day because they would play their main deck, but obviously because I was a no-life virgin at this game, I would just play Boss Bandit Cycle minus the boss with no evolutions. But now we've got the upgraded version of this deck. I talk with my hands a lot. I don't know if that's like dumb, but I do it anyway. So that should be good because Boss Bandit means there's a 3-card cycle for evolutions, which means that I can play the broken cards in this game even quicker. Yes, and the Boss Bandit itself is broken. So basically what I'm saying is it's a solved game, we should win. And today's video is very late. So I'm going to tell you a story that involves Zaza, peer pressure, and crippling depression. So it all begins with my friend. When I was about 16, my friend was a year older than me, and this is what happened. Every time he got his license before me, so he would drive us to some spot. And I remember one day we were at some like dead shopping center, and he got some Zaza out, and he was like, "Do you want to smoke some with me?" And I was like, "No, I think I'm all good, man." Like, I was a good boy, believe it or not. You may not believe your favorite alcoholic was a good guy back in the day, but he was. He didn't want to do drugs. He learned about that shit in school, how it's bad for you and all that. And I had no intention of doing it. But this is how the peer pressure comes in. Eventually, we'd always hang out. And every time, he wouldn't pressure me into doing it. He would just always be like, "Oh, I'm just going to like smoke this or whatever. Like, you can have it if you want." And I said no the first, like, I don't know, 4 times he brought it out in the car. And then eventually there was a time when I was like, okay, fuck it, I'll try a little bit. And so I probably thought I was tweaking that day that I tried it, but I was probably just a fucking idiot thinking I'm like, oh my God, man, I'm like stoned out of my mind. Holy fucking smokes. And I probably wasn't at all. Anyway, one time he brought brownies and I don't really want to smoke because it's not good for my lungs and shit. So I was like, okay, at least I get to eat it if I'm going to do it. So he brought these brownies and it was like the middle of the day on a weekend, I think. And we ate these brownies in his car. And before that, I had a split decision in my mind. I'm going down 2 roads. 1, I could be the bum teenage stoner stereotype. Or 2, I could be the handsome Clash Royale phenom my parents raised me to be. And so I chose the stoner route, and that was the end of my my parents' hopes and dreams for me. And I went down the Clash degeneracy path either way. Anyway, that's besides the point. So anyway, we took the shit and we didn't feel anything. Usually it takes like 2 to 3 hours for these things to kick in. And we waited like an hour like idiots and we were like, I don't feel a thing. So we went back to his house with the intention to play, I don't know, some video game like FIFA or something. We always played FIFA and we'd like do wagers against each other, but we fully expected the shit not to kick in for whatever reason. And so we get to his house. Now, something you need to know about this guy is, first of all, he's the guy I spent 24 hours at IKEA with. He was a bit of a loose cannon, but he was fun. As a teenager, looking back, I never thought I was a degenerate teenager. Like, I always thought, because everybody's doing degenerate things that at that age, that you think you're not that guy. But looking back, I was that fucking guy. I was definitely, I'm an old unk now at 24 years old. But back in the day, yeah, I did some stupid shit, like staying on the shelves at IKEA. And what I did in this story, which is, we ate this shit and we thought it wasn't going to kick in. Then we went back to his house. Now, something you need to know about this family is that they're very competitive. Both his parents are doctors and he has a lot of, you know, siblings. And I think in a family with a lot of siblings, it's just a competitive environment anyway. Anyway, this family was fucked. There were anger management issues. That's a whole different thing. So I get to this guy's house and we don't feel anything. And his dad comes through the door and he's like, "Hey boys, you want to play a board game?" And there I am knowing, like, we just took this shit. Like, there's no way, like, he's surely going to, like, say yes. Because I'm leaving I'm not going to say no. Because it's, like, his dad asking him. And I just expect him to say no. And then my mate's like, "Yeah, sure." And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, we're going to play a board game? Do you know what just happened? So anyway, my friend sits down at the table with his dad. And I'm like, it's all right. It's just me, him, and his dad. If this shit kicks in, I'm sure it'll be fine. Like, I will be fine. It's just a couple of us. And next minute, he's done like the family whistle or something. And there comes his fucking older sister comes down the stairs. His younger sister comes down the stairs. His younger brother comes down the stairs. His mum comes out of nowhere. His fucking dog shows up. And I'm like, what the hell are we doing? Like, do you know what, like, yeah, I know that this shit, we can't feel this shit. But what if we do? And so anyway, They begin explaining a game I've never played before. It's called Settlers of Catan. I bet a lot of people have played Settlers of Catan. It's a board game where there's some resources you have to get, and you get those resources to build houses, and you use roads. You need like 2 roads between each house, and each house lets you get the resources. The best way I can explain it is there's a bunch of hexagons on the map, and each hexagon, if you place a house in between 3 of them, you get each resource of that's on the hexagon. So you want to build houses to get more resources, to build more houses to win the game. And you use 2 roads between houses. You can't build another house with 2 roads without 2 roads connecting the houses, essentially. That's the game. And they were explaining this to me, and I'm like, okay, yeah, it's cool enough. I'm a little bit worried because of the literal drug I consumed. And so I'm like, okay, this is gonna be fun if this shit kicks in front of his whole family. And so we start playing the game. And I'm like, okay, this is cool. Like, everybody plays their turn. And then all of a sudden, it gets around to my fucking turn. And I'm like, all right, time to play the game. Then all of a sudden, I start feeling a little different. I start feeling like everything's kind of in slow motion. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Then I remember, oh shit, yeah, we ate some brownies earlier. Everything's in slow motion. And it's my fucking turn in front of his whole family. Now, something you need to understand is when you're on that shit and you're going in slow motion, it feels like you have to pretend to be a human. It makes you feel very like aware of things that you feel like you weren't aware of before, which is a kind of a bad thing because I'm like, I just want to like focus on the game, but instead I'm thinking about like what other people are thinking of me. I'm like really paranoid. I'm like, his whole family's around and it's my turn. I'm like, are they watching what I'm, about to play here? And I barely even remember the fucking rules of the game. So I just like, it's my turn. I grab one of those bridges and I don't even know if I'm like doing the right thing. So I don't really say anything, but I'm kind of like side-eyeing everybody, looking around for approval for every play I make. So I grab the bridge and then I'm about to put it down. I lean over the board, like hunch over really low. And I'm like, I might put it there. And then everybody's just dead silent watching me doing this. Everybody's just locked in to see if I'm going to make some fucking play here because everybody wants to win, I guess. Very competitive family, like I say. But there I am in my mind thinking like, fuck, is this even how you play the game? Like, I don't even know. Like, why is everyone quiet? Is everybody judging me for my play? And then I kind of like, I'm like putting it down, but I want to see what everybody's looking at. So I kind of like side-eye, like glance at my friend almost to see if like this is a good play. So I kind of just like I'm hunched over and I like kind of look up at him and his face is like this. He's like trying his hardest not to laugh because he knows, he's aware of what's happened. He knows that shit's hit. It's hit him as well. He knows I don't know the rules. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. He knows I'm making it. So I'm like, okay, I can't laugh because it makes no sense laughing in this situation. And so I'm like clearly overthinking things. And I just like put it down. I just put the bridge down. I don't even know if it's the right play. And I kind of just like look around at everyone for approval. And his dad's like, right. And I'm like, I kind of like look at him in fear. And I'm pretty sure he said something geeky like, is that really what you want to do? And I'm not confident. I don't know what the fuck that means. Is that a threat? Like I've done something in the game that is going to like compromise his position. And so he's like, are you sure you want to do that? Because I'm going to like fuck you in my turn. I don't know if that's what he meant or if he meant like, that's such a bad play that, maybe you should rethink it because you're a new player. But this family's not like that. They don't have that empathy shit. It's like cutthroat. Like they all want to win. They're not trying to help you there. And so I fucking place this down and I'm like, yeah. And then it's like, he's like, all right. And I'm like, oh, I'm like relieved. I like look around. I'm like, I fucking did it. It's like the world's easiest thing. Just play a turn in a board game. I look around like I've just won the Super Bowl or something. I'm like, like I fucking sit down again, even though I was already sitting. And hang on, can I avoid the sparky shot by going, I don't even know if I avoided the shot there. I feel like I was in invisible mode, but I kind of did. And so I sit the fuck back down, which I already was doing. Feeling like a winner. And that goes on for fucking ages. Like, I play this whole board game against his family. I don't remember who wins or anything, but I just remember it being a fucking, like, Hall of Fame geeky experience where I'm blending in, trying to be a human being again, which is so normal. And I was relieved when that game was over. This was not a fun experience. Like, the whole time I was anxious. I was not enjoying the game. And because I was so, like, it felt like I had to like focus to operate as a fucking human being to play this game. And yeah, I don't remember who won. I remember I discussed it to my friend after the game, and he was like, I think people thought something was definitely up with you. And I'm like, great, I'm glad I made such a good impression on your entire family today. So yeah, that was pretty much That was pretty much the geeky story. And yeah, I fucking... Oh, their family was so competitive, man. Their family was so competitive. It's got to be something with, like, the fact that parents are both doctors and, like, having so many siblings and stuff. It's kind of it's good and bad. It's good being competitive, but it makes it more fun to beat people that are so competitive because they get fucking sour when they lose. Like, just chill out a bit. That's kind of every time when I went around to their house, like, it just felt like everybody needed to chill the fuck out a little bit. It's not the end of the world if you lose some board game. Like, you'll live another day. And so whenever I played a board game against them, it was fun because I knew I didn't take it that seriously. Like, I was just there to beat them because it was funny seeing their, like, how they would take it when they would lose. That was like that was the fun for me. It wasn't even about winning. It was about them not winning and seeing what happens and just feeling it makes the win even sweeter because they're such sore losers when they would lose that it makes it funny. Like, the guy who wasn't really trying or isn't, like, locked in beats everyone. You can tell it gets under their skin, but yeah, I don't know. It was always interesting. Me and that friend, it was fun to hang out with him because of that reason, because we'd always compete with each other and play games and whatnot, but sometimes I just feel like that family needed to take the brakes on. That came with a whole array of issues like anger management and whatnot. But anyway, there's the fable of your favorite Clash Royale alcoholic drug user. Smash like.